two top tips for young entrepreneurs are to think about your unique selling point, your USP, because that's going to form the basis of your marketing strategy, your business model, and also how you're going to approach investors. Because if you've not got something unique that you can offer, then the likelihood is they probably won't consider you, and your customers might not as well if there's already things out there. And my second one is to take every failure that you might have as a lesson. Failure is not a failure, it's a lesson.
So the first thing I'd think about, or certainly advise doing, is once you've got your idea together, pick an actual focused area which you can work your idea into. You've got to start small before you aim big. Okay, it's great to have sort of these global ideas going in your head for the future, but you've got to have a starting point to build on that. So the first thing I'd say is, once you've got your idea together, pick somewhere small to implement it, see if it works, and if it does, great, and build on that. The second thing I would suggest doing would be getting together with an accurate coder or a good coder and working out how the two of you will build the website, because inevitably every company these days has got to have a website to survive, and coders are expensive. So starting off as a new entrepreneur, you've got to either be willing to pay a coder a lot of money to put a good website together, or get them on board with the idea. So try and make friends with some geeks, some computer programs. That would be that's what I did, and it worked out quite well. And thirdly, what would I say? Have a look at the competitors. Okay, there's no point putting a product out there which already exists. You've got to put a good bit of market research into what the people who are doing similar ideas to you are doing. Pick the best points from them, note the weak points from them, and try and exploit your idea to combat your competitors so that you've got a unique selling point which you can offer and no one else can. Without a unique selling point, nobody is going to come to your company. They'll use the ones which already exist there. And those are one of the sort of the main barrier entries to when you're getting going. So to summarise that back, start with a focus point, work on that focus and build up. Get friends or make friends with a programmer or coder, and make sure you know what competitors are out there so you can try and exploit them. Great, thanks.
Okay, so my first tip for your project will be to think about your audience and the way that you're going to market your project and bring that out. So what we've heard a lot today is that people have a great idea, but the way that they're going to bring that forwards is unclear, and how they attract the people that are going to be involved. So really think about who is your target market and who controls your target market. If you're trying to recruit 12-year-olds, obviously the power there is with parents, and they kind of dictate what their 12-year-old is going to be doing outside of school hours. If you're looking to do something in school hours, you have to go to a school and think about what it is that a school wants and what it is that a school kind of requires from you, both in terms of your planning, your security, your insurance, and so on. My second tip would be to really think about the way that you communicate your idea in terms of your plan and how you're going to get finance and similar. So put your project into a 3-year business plan would be my biggest suggestion, because that is a great way of communicating to us and communicating to somebody else how that plan is going to work and be sustainable over a long-term period. If you only think about what you're going to do with the first £300, the question then arises, what are you going to do next? Think about sponsors and so on. My third step then is that you should try and get a sponsor and think about who it is that can sponsor or fund your project long term. It might be a large donor or a similar sponsor as that, so a bank or similar, in which case think about what you need to go to them with. You might have to have something already set up, you might have to have your strategy in place, you might need to have some kind of proven track record, otherwise they're not going to give you any funding. And when you do go to them, think about what funding it is you need, what results you're going to be able to give them, and how you're going to be able to prove that that funding worked, and what kind of commitment you want to be able to give them in terms of their reward. Why is it that they should be giving you money?